My husband gave a stolen bracelet to his mistress. He thought no one would ever know. But he forgot one thing. I had 11 years of paperwork, proving every piece of my mother's jewelry was mine, not his. Not the marriages, mine. By the end of this story, he lost more than the woman he was cheating with. He lost his house. He lost his savings. And he lost every bit of respect people had for him. My name is Rachel. This is how one ring changed everything. Wait until you hear how I found out. It's not what you think. 3 years ago, I lost my mother. Cancer. It happened fast. The only thing that got me through it was her jewelry box. A ring my father gave her. A gold bracelet from her 40th birthday. Small things, but they meant everything to me. I had every piece appraised. I took photos. I put the insurance in my name only. And I kept the paperwork in a fireproof box. My mother always told me, keep your own paper trail, Rachel. Don't count on anyone else to protect what's yours. I didn't know how much that advice would save me. Because 6 weeks ago I opened that box, and one piece was gone. My husband Daniel and I had been married 9 years. From the outside, it looked good. He ran a small logistics company. I worked in operations for a dental group. Steady jobs. A nice house. No kids yet. But looking back, there were signs. Late nights. Client dinners that ran too long. A phone he started hiding. I told myself I was imagining things. Women do that a lot. We make excuses because the truth feels too heavy. But 3 weeks before I found the missing ring, I found something else. It was a parking ticket. From a restaurant 40 minutes away. Dated a Tuesday night. The same night Daniel told me he was stuck at work doing inventory. I didn't say anything. Not yet. I've learned that confronting a liar too soon just teaches him to lie better. So I did what my mother taught me. I started keeping records. And that one choice is the reason everything worked out the way it did. 6 weeks ago, I opened the fireproof box to get my mother's ring cleaned. I did this every year near her birthday. The ring wasn't there. I checked every drawer, every pocket, every spot it could have fallen into. Nothing. This wasn't lost. Someone took it. And only 2 people had a key to that box. One was me. The other had been lying to me for weeks. I didn't cry, not yet. I sat down and pulled out the appraisal file. It had close-up photos of the ring, including one tiny mark only a jeweler, or a daughter who loved her mother, would notice. Then I did something Daniel never expected. I checked his email. Years ago, I'd helped set up his business account, and I was still listed as a backup contact. I found a receipt, a jewelry store 40 minutes away, ring resizing, paid in cash. But the receipt was emailed to an address I didn't recognize. The name on it was Melissa. And Melissa had a public Instagram. Most of Melissa's posts were private. But 2 weeks after that receipt, she posted a photo that disappeared after a day. A hand, a glass of wine, and on that hand, a sapphire ring catching the light. I sat in my car in a parking lot and stared at that photo for 11 minutes. My mother's ring. On another woman's hand, given to her by my husband. I didn't cry there either. I saved the photo in 3 places and drove home to make dinner like nothing happened. Because the moment a liar knows you're onto him, the proof disappears. And I wasn't ready to lose anything. For the next month, I quietly gathered everything. I checked Daniel's business account. I was still a co-signer from when we started the company together. 7 withdrawals I couldn't explain. 2 hotel charges. 1 florist. I put it all together. The appraisal papers proving the ring was mine before the marriage. The insurance policy, in my name alone. The email receipt. The photo. The bank statements. I made a folder. I called it, half joking, half serious, Exhibit A. And I still hadn't said one word to Daniel. That was about to change. Before I said anything to my husband, I called a family lawyer. Her name was Patricia. I told her everything. She stopped me halfway. Rachel, do you understand what this is? He didn't just cheat. He took something that was only yours and gave it to another woman. That's not just betrayal. That could be theft. Something in me shifted. My grief was turning into something colder, something useful. She told me exactly what to do next. And it started with a dinner I would plan myself. Patricia's advice was simple. Don't confront him with emotion. Confront him with proof. Somewhere he can't lie his way out and can't destroy evidence. So I planned a dinner. Our anniversary was coming up. Daniel, guilty, I think, in his own way, suggested we do something special. He booked a nice restaurant. I said yes, and I brought Exhibit A with me. He thought he was buying 1 more year of lying. He had no idea he was walking into the end of his marriage. We sat down. Wine was poured. He talked about a work trip, smiling the way he used to, the way that used to comfort me and now made my skin crawl. I let him finish. Then I slid a folder across the table. Before we order, I said, I want to show you something. He opened it. His face went pale at the first photo, the ring, with that tiny mark on it. Then the email. Then the photo of Melissa's hand. He didn't deny it. He just asked quietly, How long have you known? Wrong question, Daniel. The real question was what I was going to do about it. He tried the usual lines. It didn't mean anything. Melissa was just someone he talked to. He was going to tell me eventually. And the ring? His voice actually shook. He'd get it back. I let him talk. I wanted every word out in the open, because Patricia had told me something important. Witnesses matter. Even the waiter refilling our water glasses. Then I told him the part he really wasn't ready for. I wasn't there to fight. I was there to inform him. And that changed everything. That ring, I said, was appraised, insured, and left to me 11 years before we got married. It was never part of our marriage. You didn't just cheat, Daniel. You gave away something that was never yours to give. My lawyer says that's theft. And I have every piece of proof. The appraisal, the insurance, the receipt, the photo. His face changed. He realized this wasn't just a story about a flawed man who made a mistake. This was becoming a legal problem. And I hadn't even told him about the money yet. That came next. There's also about $11,000 missing from the business account, I said. Hotels, a florist. I'm still a co-signer, remember? I have those records too. He tried to call it business expenses. I asked him to explain a flower. Delivery as a business. Expense for a company that installs shelving. He had nothing to say. Most people expect me to scream here or cry or throw my wine. I didn't. I did something far more effective. I stood up. I left cash for my half of the meal. I told him he had until Friday to return the ring, or my lawyer would file papers that would make this dinner look easy by comparison. Then I walked out. Calm, steady. 9 years of marriage ending not with a scream, but with a folder and a deadline. He thought that was the worst part. It wasn't even close. Daniel came home 2 days later with the ring in a small box. Apologizing the way people do when they're scared of consequences. Not truly sorry for what they did. I took the ring. I did not take him back. Patricia filed for divorce that week. She also sent a formal letter about the ring, laying out every piece of proof in detail. Word got around like it always does. Melissa hadn't known Daniel was married. When she found out, from someone else, not from him, she blocked him everywhere within the hour. Karma has good timing, but I wasn't done yet. Because I had proof of the missing business money, and because I was a legal co-signer, that $11,000 became a real factor in the divorce settlement. Money spent on an affair doesn't just disappear from what's fair. Combined with the ring, Daniel's own lawyer told him to settle quickly, rather than face a judge. With all this proof laid out, he kept the business, I kept the house, and every piece of my mother's jewelry came home with me, for good. This time in a safe deposit box he'll never have a key to. But the best part of this story isn't the settlement. It's what happened 4 months later. 4 months after the divorce, I had the sapphire ring reset in a new setting. Same stone, same tiny mark that only I ever noticed. I wear it now, not as a wedding ring, not as anyone's gift. As mine, the way it always should have been. Daniel is renting a small apartment across town, last I heard. Melissa never spoke to him again. And every time I open that fireproof box now, I'm not afraid of what might be missing. I hear my mother's voice again. Keep your own paper trail. Don't count on anyone else to protect what's yours. She was right about everything. Even the parts she never lived to see. If you've ever quietly kept proof of something because part of you already knew, tell me in the comments. And if you want the next Hidden Justice story, hit subscribe. The next one might shock you even more. If this story hit you, drop one word in the comments, documented. It helps me know you're really out there. Subscribe for more real, raw justice stories every week. Because sometimes, the quietest woman in the room is the one holding all the paperwork.